Good morning, peeps. Welcome to another vlog. We have a little bit of a softer day ahead of us. What we do have to do is run out and install a brand new flush valve that the customer ended up ordering from, I think it was Rona or Home Depot. It was one of these big box stores. And actually, I was thinking about changing pace in this video and doing something a little bit different and just talk about what business has been like, where it's been at, how I've been doing, how much money have I made, where are the goals, where are the plans, where am I headed, that sort of thing. Because I think there is a good chunk of you out there that are either in your own business or planning to get your own business. So I want you to at least know what it is from my perspective, how it's been going. That way, when you do decide to take that leap, this information will hopefully help you out in the next steps in your life and in your career sort of thing. Let's go do some delicious plumbing. So peeps, I was called into this job after a major leak took place where the flush valve was stuck in the open position, so it was constantly discharging. This normally would just be a major waste of water, but the unfortunate part was that the toilet was also clogged, so it inevitably leaked over the floor because of this, and the homeowners ended up finding this a couple of hours later, so you can imagine the mess that it made. I was hired to come in and investigate to make sure that nothing was still clogged or leaking, and upon investigating, I came to notice that the flush valve still had a tendency to stay stuck in the open position. This didn't happen all the time. I think I flushed about a dozen to 2 dozen times and it might have stuck open only once, but even that one occurrence of it is an indication to me that something is not functioning right with it. So my response was, just to be on the safe side, let's order new parts and install them so this doesn't happen anymore. We have the best possible scenario for functional plumbing. So I start off by shutting the water and vacuuming out all the water of the tank. Now this tank is attached using wing nuts, which is an absolute godsend. It's funny how something as small as a wing nut can make a job exponentially faster and easier because of it. If not, I'd be sprawled out on the floor using an adjustable wrench trying to remove these nuts holding the tank down. I gotta say that we got pretty lucky with the rubber gasket that's between the tank to bowl. If it had been in rough shape upon disassembling this, I would have had to run out to the supplier. There are a lot of times where these rubber gaskets deteriorate by themselves and we have to swap them out because they tend to leak. But thankfully, when I took the tank off, it looked like the rubber gasket just needed a little bit of adjusting, and overall it was still in pretty good shape. One thing you're going to notice is that the new flush valve is longer than the old one, but it's still compatible for this tank right here. The only difference is now I have to adjust the 2 plastic threaded rods that are attached to the tank lid. This is a push button flush, so we just have to get the appropriate measurement now for the rod in order to make sure that it flushes when people push the button. Getting the measurement for this was a little bit tricky, but the hacksaw cut them down to size rather quickly. Peeps, if you're interested in learning plumbing theory from me, please check out my website, molotovplumbingacademy.com. There you'll find my plumbing math course, and I'm currently in the works of making a beginner's plumbing course as well. Links are in the description. Thanks for the support, and enjoy the rest of the vlog. So peeps, it's been a really long time since I've sat down and had a conversation with you, so kind of nice. I haven't done this in a while. I'm a little bit nostalgic for it. Again, like I was saying before, I think it would be really interesting just to have a conversation as to where I am at in regards to the business, how I'm doing, etc. So let me update you on what my weekly life is like at the moment. I currently have a lot of jobs. I work for another plumbing company out there. I work for my own plumbing company. I also work for a company where I mentor apprentices, and I also do YouTube on the side. Between these 4 different jobs, I'm very busy and I'm able to make ends meet because of this. What I gotta say is that I feel very lucky in the current situation I'm at, because if I had just opened up a plumbing company and that was my only source of income, it would have been way more stressful than I'm currently at right now. So right now, I work for this other plumbing company and we have a relationship where I can come in as many days out of the week as I want. And I gotta say, they treat me really well there. I get to work with some very gifted tradespeople and journeymen and journey women, and I've learned a tremendous amount over this period of time. So I reserve 2 to 3 times a week with this plumbing company, and then I attempt to fill the other 2 days of the working week with my own company, where this company work is either with Molotov Plumbing, or I'm doing the YouTube thing, or I'm doing this other company I work with where I mentor apprentices. So, you know, I'm keeping myself busy, but it's not always for Molotov Plumbing, my company. A lot of times it's for these other 2 endeavors as well. The very moment right right now, I think I have around $3,000 in the plumbing account. I still haven't paid myself for a few jobs, so that's not going to be as much once I do pay my employee, which is me. But at least we have a little bit of cushion to be able to pay for a lot of the monthly expenses and also some of the materials that I'm going to need going forward in order to do service work, or if I pick up a larger job, be able to do a rough-in with that money as well. A couple of things as a plumbing company owner that I've noticed is that my monthly expenses are actually rather steep. Every month I spend around $300 just on company insurance. When we first started looking around, we went to an insurance broker, and this broker ended up calling a bunch of different places to eventually realize that as a first-time company owner, just getting your foot in the door now, it's a little bit expensive in order to get insurance for your company. So we finally found somebody that wanted to insure us, but it was like $300 to $330, $340 a month. Expensive, you know what I mean? It's something that you definitely feel at the end of the month. The other expenses that I have is that I have truck insurance that I have to pay. I also have gas to pay for the truck and then materials on top of it. So it's one of those things where if you get into plumbing or if you get into a company, you definitely want to have a little bit of cushion getting in because you're going to have to pay these things off. So there are instances where the money that I'm making with this other plumbing company for my personal finances are going towards my plumbing company to pay off those expenses as well, because there were moments in time where it was slow. So it really is a juggling act at some point, trying to make sure that I'm okay, having enough money to pay off all the things that I need to have a plumbing company. And I think that's kind of the scary part about it. If I didn't have this plumbing company that was so good to me, it would be a much more stressful road financially because of that. Another thing that I gotta say is that I'm in the market for a ProPress tool with this new plumbing company that I'm working with. ProPress has been the major way that they've been working with copper, and I fell in love with the speed of it and the efficiency of it, and really I think that's what it comes down to for me. I am a sucker for soldering. I really enjoy it, and I think I'll be a lifelong solderer, but it is exponentially faster to be able to go and ProPress a bunch of fittings because you end up finishing that job way faster, and for me, that means more time with my family. Coworker and I ended up doing a hot water take not even 2 to 3 days ago, and upon doing that, I came to realize, compared to the hot water tanks I've done in the past, we shaved off a couple of hours because of the ProPress tool. If I had to solder all the same joints that I ProPressed in that job, we would have been there at least 2 more hours because every single darn fitting has to heat up. Every single darn fitting has to be cleaned off. So the fact that we were just pressing, man, I'm telling you, it was crazy. So, you know, it's going to take me a little bit of time to get that scratch and save that scratch, but overall, I know that I've made the decision that I'm going to go get a press tool at some point, hopefully within the next year, because, again, the faster I leave that job site, the more time I have with my family. But overall, you know, I feel blessed for all the work that I've gotten in the past. I feel blessed that I have friends recommending me to other people. I feel blessed that times where I finish a job and the customer calls me back a little while later to look at something else, showing that they had a positive experience with me. Hopefully with enough positive experiences, you become busy that way. You know, that's, for me, the only way forward, the hopeful way forward. So, like anything, peeps, it's all about humble beginnings, sticking to your integrity, making sure that you are as fair to other people and fair to yourself as possible, and being as transparent as possible. I think those are the fundamentals to being good in business and good in anything, and that's the integrity that I try to navigate myself through this world, and hopefully it pays off in the end, and if not, at least I get to say that I tried my best to live as an honest man, you know what I mean? But anyways, thank you for the talk. I hope this kind of gives you my 2 cents on the current situation that I'm at, what it's like to own a plumbing business, and hopefully it gave you some strategies as to how you might navigate your plumbing business if you inevitably open it. You know, I wish you all the best of luck. You guys have been very good to me. Thank you so much for the support, ongoing support, all the love and comments. I appreciate you all. Peeps, thanks for watching. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification so you know exactly when we're getting videos. Smash that thumbs up, share with friends, and I'll see you plumbers very soon. Kenny Molotov, guys. Peace, baby.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly.